Hey guys, it's Nicole and I'm back. This time I'm going to be bringing to you my PreK4 curriculum for this year. This is for my 4-year-old. This is the curriculum that I'll be using this year for him. So if you are interested in learning a little bit more about what I'll be using to teach my 4-year-old who's in preschool, stay tuned. For math, I'm using Singapore Math Early Bird Kindergarten Mathematics, and his brother is using Singapore Math as well, Common Core Edition, but his is 2nd grade. We love Singapore Math. Last year, my oldest son, who is 6, he used it for 1st grade Math 1A and 1B. Loved it, and I decided I would introduce this to my 4-year-old this year because how colorful and fun it is. Check out the textbook. Check it out. Nothing but color. Nothing but color everywhere. And they're learning about graphing, which is a concept he had learned last year. So this will be somewhat of a continuation. Count the animals, circle the correct number, write the numbers and count. All of these items and activities are kind of a review from last year because he can count and he can recognize numbers and quantities, and he knows one correspondence and how to count up to 100 actually. But these are just really awesome ways for him to be able to do it independently, and I'm hoping to foster some independent learning. Here's a logic activity about what goes next. Look and talk, circle the next shape, color it correctly, things like that. So I really like Singapore Math for my boys. It just seems to work out for them because they like colorful things and they're visual learners, so this works well for them. And then they have Early Bird Mathematics. So here is the activity book that goes with the workbook that I just showed you. Now, the activity book is not colorful. Well, actually, for them it is. For kindergarten it is. For grades 1 and up, the workbook is no longer colorful. But that's also another hook, is that even if it wasn't colorful, look at the pictures. I mean, it just hooks the kid. It keeps them engaged. For a visual learner, it's really great. My children aren't distracted by the images, but they're engaged by the images. And they talk about the pattern below each tree, talk about the pattern below those trees, which has more, which house has more, circle the house that has more doors, circle the house that has more windows, circle the house that has more trees. Things like that. So really fun concepts that I think he will master and do really well in, because we started the baseline last year, and we're going to continue on this year with them in advance. So from Christian Light Education, for the kindergarten curriculum, I got these are kindergarten 2 workbooks, and it's a set of 5. And what I like about it, besides the fact that this curriculum is very inexpensive, is that it's straightforward and it gets the job done. Handwriting practice, math, all these things are included in every lesson. So they'll start off introducing a letter and how to write the letter and the phonetics of the letter and the things that begin with that letter. And then they go into a number, how to write the number, counting the number, identifying the number and a group of numbers. Okay, so each lesson introduces a number and a letter, and even though the child would already know the number and the letter, they're really focusing on more of actually writing it and identifying items that begin with those sounds. And this is the first workbook, and it gets increasingly more difficult as it goes along. So workbook 5 would be actually reading and spelling words. Basic addition and subtraction. More writing, more spelling, addition, subtraction, and identifying numbers that are higher. So I think it's great. I think it's basic and it just gets the job done. And what I like about it is that I'm making sure he covers the things that he needs to know for kindergarten and preparing him for that level. And then to go to higher numbers, I have Kumon workbooks as well, up until, what number do I have? I think up until 150. So he knows how to count to 100, but he needs to understand the one-on-one correspondence of each number and how they flow and what it looks like and how to quantify it, and it's not just a word or a sound or 75. It's an actual number that has a figure, that has a meaning, that has a certain amount of units. So cute little activities for him to write the numbers up to 100 and to get the idea of what they actually look like and mean in sequential order. So a stack. Okay, continuing on, my camera shut off and this is now 5:00 a.m. the next day. I just want to keep it real with you guys. Sometimes you see I'm recording things, you think life is just perfect, but you know, stuff happens. So as I was saying before, that he has his Kumon activity books that he can use for higher numbers, beyond 100, that we're going to be doing. A lot of these I've purchased again with when my 6-year-old was doing this stuff, and what I did was just simply, whenever he worked on it, I had him work on it in pencil and then I would just erase it. So dot to dots, trace the grade numbers and fill in the missing numbers and concepts like that, so you can get the idea of ordering the higher numbers past 100 and identifying what they are. And then I also have simple addition books. Some of them, again, my kid wrote in them, my 6-year-old wrote in them, but again, I can always erase, but just so that he can have his addition and subtraction practice. But for the most part, we'll be referencing these books for higher number math and addition and subtraction for him. In terms of, here's some more handwriting. I have Handwriting Without Tears that he had started last year that I feel like he should finish this year. He did the basic book last year. This year he's doing the letters and numbers for me, where he's actually learning how to write words as he's learning how to read. I'm teaching him how to read this year. He turned 4 in June, and he knows a lot of his sight words for the preschool level sight words and a little bit of kindergarten level sight words, but I actually wanted to stop with the sight words and start teaching him the breaking down words phonetically, because we've been doing Teach Your Child How to Read in 100 Easy Lessons. Starting this summer, we did a few. We were really lax with it and only on his terms. So right now, I think where are we? We are on lesson 15. Yeah, lesson 15, and this is 100 easy lessons. So we'll be going throughout the year doing this, and I'll do a totally different video about Teach Your Child How to Read in 100 Easy Lessons if you're interested. If you follow me on Instagram, you see that I show him doing this regularly, and right now it's working out pretty well. I'm trying to find ways to make it a little bit more interesting for him, because he's not just a visual learner, but he's also a kinetic learner. So I need to incorporate some types of movement, he's not a sit-down learner. So he's all boy. So I need to find ways to make it more fun and interactive for him. But it's working fine. He's understanding the concepts, and he is learning how to phonetically break down a word and read it like eat, meat. So that's what's cool about this program. And then to go along with this, we'll continue on with our Bob Books readers. I have the beginner readers set 1 for him. He is more than halfway through these. He can read more than half of these, mostly just because I've been exposing it to him over and over again by putting together the concepts of the visual images and the words, and through the information that he's learned to break down words that he doesn't know through Teach Your Child How to Read 100 Easy Lessons. So I'll have to buy the next step of this. So I'm buying as I go, as he goes, more so with this. And then finally,
I have the My First Draw and Write journal. I've referenced this in a haul from this summer that I got it for $1.50 from Lakeshore. It says that it's stained, but it's not. I don't see any stains, so I'm still looking for the stains. For $1.50, which is cute. I love this because look how adorable it is. I mean, come on. For a pre-writer and someone who's just not really starting to learn how to write, he can draw something. So I can give him like a little writing prompt and say, okay, you know, that cat is green. And he can draw a green cat, and we can practice, you know, I'll tell him how to spell the cat is green, and just to get him going in terms of writing and drawing. And another thing I've decided I've also wanted to use this for is possibly, because I have 2 of these, so possibly I can use one for a nature journal for him, and I can use one for just a regular draw and write journal. I think it'll be cute for him to have his own little writing journal that he can just use whenever he gets the urge to write, or we'll just have a writing time twice a week where he'll just sit down and just do that. And so I hope you guys found this video helpful. These are the resources that we'll be drawing for this year for my PreK4 curriculum. If you have any questions, please leave them in the description box below. If you follow my previous videos on my hands-on learning activities, my weekly learning activities videos, you know I'm not really a workbook kind of mom. I usually use these things you know, just so they can get the writing practice in, and then we do a lot more hands-on stuff. But I just wanted to show you some of the resources that I'm using this year with my 4-year-old as he starts to prepare for kindergarten. So I hope you found this video helpful. Thanks guys. Bye. Talk to you later.